The current state of the experimental engine is parts pile, but we have an idea. So, John broke the engine with the 3D printed connecting rod. I broke the engine with the idea of a wooden connecting rod made on the laser cutter. I think Facebook should get a chance at breaking the engine. And here's the explanation. So, when John's overly not so brilliant idea of a 3D printed connecting rod decided to snap, it took out the side skirt on the piston. And the other day, I watched a conversation on a Facebook group turn into like 300 comments after somebody did the same thing only with a normal connecting rod. See, their piston didn't have blue plastic chunks on the inside of it, but it was broken in the same fashion. They asked the comment, what if I just cut the skirts off and make it equal? Because in a stroker engine, a lot of times you will cut these skirts off. And we've actually marked it off on this, if I can get the camera to play. A lot of strokers will cut off 2mm and 4mm. But I think we're going to cut off about a 10mm worth of lost cause and see if it actually works. What do you think, John? You think it'll even run, or you think it'll eat itself immediately?
It should run, in theory.
I think it should run. We know that the block is in need of rebuild. We've actually been debating trying to manually hone the block with some stones because, well, it's not in such good shape. And 70mm Predator pistons should fit on a Honda connecting rod. And we just want to see if we can up it to 70mm with the 160 head for the fun of it. Alright, now let's grab this. And we're going to come over on the lathe. And we're going to pop it in there. And we're going to cut it until we get all the way down to where that chunky is, so that everything is equal all the way around. This is our lowest point here, so I've got that squared up, and we're just going to start cutting into it until this falls off. Alright, let's give it some juice. Okay, I can see what's going on now. We're hitting into that ridge, and it is taking it off. That's all the way down through to there now. Yep. Just a little bit more should make it. There. So that's our broken side there. Got a lot of cleanup to do on it. We managed to leave the structure there. Gotta deburr it just a little bit on the inside. But we'll try that. Before we slam some oil in it, John's holding a piston in the orientation it is on the inside, so you can see how much of that skirt should be sticking out and isn't. Can we tell that John was the one who cleaned the block? See all of that wood that's splattered in the top of the block? You don't get an allowance. Your cleaning sucks. What the hell? You're fired.
Well, you guys know the drill. Put down in the comments if you think it will explode, or if it runs, should we put inside of a mini bike and see how long it will go.
I think it's going to run, but I think if we put it under load, it'll blow up. Alright, here we go, John. Now, we've weighted the table so that John no longer has to stand in a dangerous location because you guys apparently think I was trying to go and blow him up with pistons. Oh, those valves are a tad bit tight. Okay, well, here we go. We should be at idle and give it some from there. I don't know if you can hear it in video, but there's a knocking. Yeah, you can hear it right about there somewhere. Give it a rev. Wow. I say we pop the door open, let it run for an hour. Yes? All right. Well, I'm not sure how much of the oil everywhere is an indication of the status of the oil rings in this engine, the piston rings.
The exhaust is steaming.
Yeah, it's oil burning off from there. There's oil there. There's back pressure out through this. Don't think the engine's very happy about its current state of life. Now, to be fair, did it run? Yes. Did we think it was about to fail? Yes. But it turns out that was a helicopter flying over, and so it made it sound like a failing engine. Is it still running after an hour? Debatable. Should we stick it in something and run it until it finally blows? 50-50. I mean, obviously it's not happy. Right? I mean, it's not a matter of if it's going to blow. It's a matter of, like, when it does, is it going to seize the piston and wreck the engine and a bunch of other stuff? Whereas right now, if we were to tinker with it, we could probably put the 70 millimeter Predator piston in it and continue on with experimenting with the engine. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't really want to wreck a block just to blow up a piston that we know is crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys tell us in the comment section what you think about the scenario, what you would do. I don't know. I think I've got a couple of different, more cosmetic. Well, no, I've got at least a cosmetic-ish type experiment to try. If you follow the Facebook page, you know that we set up the idea of a plastic flywheel, and we're not going to do the plastic flywheel. The issue is we don't want to blow up this nice block. We'd rather blow up a generator block that we've got to set up that's in the back of the shop. So it's not that we're not going to try it. It's just we'd rather blow up a block that's already on the screwed side. Because, yeah, if you put a plastic flywheel on, something's going to blow. All right, so, John, what do you think? Was this worth trying to see that it actually worked?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we know this confirms that it's a bad idea. But if you were trying to get an engine up and running to get that last couple of hours out at the end of the season or something, and you knew the engine was screwed anyway, yeah, I mean, you could do it. It's not a good idea, but you could do it. All right, on that note, let's say bye-bye.